Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel.
How you doing?
It's been a minute.
Yes,
It's been a minute since we've sat on the brown couch.
Yes, but we are back. We are back.
Yes, we are back. It's good to have you guys back. It's good to be behind the camera again to do the sit down. Welcome
Yes.
to our new subbies.
Yes, thank you.
So much love for everyone, actually, but a special love to our new subbies. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing, for liking, for commenting.
Yes.
We do see the comments. We might not respond instantly, but we do see the comments, and when we do get a bit of time, we try to respond to each and every comment, because you guys, so important to us. You really mean a lot to us.
Yeah. And to everyone else watching, not subscribed, please
Do the right thing, Chomi. Do the right thing.
This is that section of the video where we beg for subs.
Yes, do the right thing. Be officially part of the family. Part of the family. So
Yeah, how are you doing?
I am good, but I'm
Yeah.
tired. I think I'm tired.
Yeah.
I think
what?
I am tired. I'm saying
School hasn't started.
like I'm saying it cautiously because I'm like
students
tired of just sitting at home.
Oh.
But no. Like, it's like, how are you tired?
Be
Because you've
careful
been
of what
sitting
you
at
wish
home.
for.
But guys, mereko wa lelapa, wa no lelapa, wa ko ntlong,
Yes.
mereko wa ko ntlong onata.
Ungada. Walapisha.
Hey, ongata, guys. So walapisha. That is why I'm tired, because
Okay.
it's a lot of work and it's tiring, and I fail. That's another thing, right? I'll fail. Yes, I'll fail. Guys, I'm trying. I'm trying. There are any petty guys there? Please give me some thumbs up. Galeka, guys. I'm trying.
Petty guys or petty people? Or
Like, I don't mean guys as in men. Like, I mean guys, like people. If there are any people, please show some thumbs up for your girl, for your closer girl who's trying to speak
I just
to
had
me.
to get clarity.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? Because you felt like I want some.
You petty guys.
I already got myself a pretty guy.
Okay, that's
which
good.
I'm happy about.
That's good.
So yeah.
Anyway,
How are you, my love? I didn't ask you. How are you?
I thought you'd never ask. I
Sorry.
thought like that's how you roll. So like I'm moving right on.
Mutwaka. How are you, my love?
I'm good, thank you. Back at work, back in the routine, back in running, back in
You are
life,
literally back in running.
back in everything. Back in Bible studies, back at church.
Yeah, the life is like 2025 has actually started for us.
Yeah.
Full on.
Yeah.
Full on.
Yeah. But I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining because I know that there are many people who would love a routine and some stability.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful.
That's good.
Otherwise, I'm good.
I'm crying for routine. And I know when it's like school starts,
Yeah.
I'll be crying to sit at home.
Yeah.
But I am crying for some form of routine.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have one.
Yeah. Speaking of crying, see what I did there? Segue. Segue.
Yes.
Speaking of crying, as you've seen already in the thumbnail or in the title of the video. We are probably doing our final installment of this season on the how we.
Yes.
And we're talking about how we deal with adversity.
Yeah.
How we deal with adversity.
Also, one of the uncomfortable things to deal with in relationships.
Yes. Well,
Whether
in any.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whether individually or you are in a relationship, it's one of those things where you're like,
Yeah.
how do we? And funny enough, this is one aspect of our life we never actually spoke about. Like, how do we deal with adversities? We've never had that conversation.
Yeah.
We had the conversation in the midst of the adversity. And then we were forced to sort of like talk about it.
So it's more of a reflection of how we've dealt with adversities and specifically losing loved ones. But it's obviously not the only adversity. But it's one of the biggest adversity, and we've unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, gone
through it. Both of us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we are talking about today.
Yeah.
But before we jump right straight into it.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's introduce ourselves to our new subbies.
Oh wow, you don't even know who we are.
They don't. You're just like, baby, we're rushing to get into it.
Well, I'm Kgabo.
Yes, and I am Pelo.
And we are
Kgabo and Pelo. That is us. Kgabo and Pelo. I just thought let's get that straight.
Yeah, no, it's good to introduce ourselves so that we're not strangers. Yeah, man. So how we deal with adversities, and particularly facing loss or dealing with loss. Well, I think a good place to start would be acknowledging that everyone deals with adversities, and unfortunately adversities are inevitable. Hardship in this life it's not an if,
it's a win.
It's unfortunately
when it occurs.
A win. And so you need to be in one form or the other, have it at the back of your mind.
Because you can't fully be prepared for it.
I can't even say you need to be prepared for it.
You can't be prepared for it.
But
having it there at the back of your mind, it sort of helps one way or the other. It will still catch you off guard, but it does help knowing that I'm not unique, quote unquote.
Particularly we having a special emphasis on loss, because I do feel there are other adversities, but for this installment or for this video we're just focusing on loss. And I've gone through loss much more recent than you. I think I'll tell my side and then you
want to go first.
How
you've experienced loss. No, go for it, my love.
Okay. No, I lost my grandmother 2023 November,
just after you came, your people came, your family came.
Yes. So I lost my grandmother, and if you are raised African, your grandmother is your mother.
Just to bring a bit of context,
please. Especially if you were raised by her at one point, and I was raised by my grandmother from birth to grade 3, basically living with her full time.
Okay.
So my formative years
we're with her.
I always tell Pelo, and she laughs, and everyone else laughs, that I used to sleep in banana cut boxes because my grandmother was a hawker, what they call hawker in Sekgowa in English. That just basically means she sold fruits. She sold fruits, and when she was still stronger, she would also cook. She sold plates as well, by the way.
I didn't know that.
So for the longest time, the fruits one was really towards the end.
Okay. So you guys had a stand.
Yes.
Where she woke up every morning, or every day rather,
to go sell. Yes, and we had she even at the time she had a mukuku, like a shack
there by where she sells.
Yes. I mean, the spot is still there.
All right. Yeah. You haven't taken me there, my love.
We pass it.
But you've never said.
I've never said. But her spot is still there, and it remained open for a long time while she retired. Yes, and no one took it because it was always like
everyone
coming
knew.
back. Yes. So anyway, 2023.
23.
Yes, which might seem far because it's like 2 years ago.
5 now.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like
recent.
A year and some change.
I don't want to. Sorry to cut you. I was just going to say, maybe if you can unpack for us, like, how was the relationship, apart from just like she she nurtured you, like you grew up with her. Like how was the relationship?
No, it was good. It was motherly. It was a relationship between a parent and
it was just the two of you guys in the house.
Oh yes, growing up,
thing.
yes. For the longest time it was just us, me and her.
So you were essentially the son.
I was
you weren't a grandson, but you were son.
Yes, I was the son. And so you can imagine the closeness, the bond we had. But anyway, she passed away, like I said, in November 2023, and I had to deal with that loss. And we'll get into it just now. How I dealt with that loss.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my story is similar.
Yes.
But not entirely the same.
Yeah.
I also lost my grandmother. Like a significant loss, if we could say.
Yeah.
Was my grandmother as well. I also grew up with her, but not with the same intensity as you.
Yes.
Right? I grew up with my mom and dad in the same household. And then you would visit Umakhulu. We would visit Umakhulu, but we were very close, like very, very close. We were very, very close. And then she passed on during COVID 2021. Right? I think it was 2021. Or was it 2020? I don't think it was 2020 though.
I don't remember. Terrible.
I could be wrong. I think it was 2021, but I could be wrong. So it was July, but it was during the COVID time. Probably 2020.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure. But it wasn't...
What month was it?
It was July. But it was just after the...
No.
Was it still lockdown?
Because remember...
How long was the
hard
lockdown?
Lockdown started like in March.
It wasn't the hard... It was not the hard lockdown though time.
Yeah.
There was a bit of lockdown, but it wasn't the hard lockdown.
It was after several lockdowns.
Yes. But I could be wrong.
Yes.
I could be wrong. I'm not sure if it was 2020 or 2021, but I think it was 2021. Or it was 2020, but I'm confusing it because it was the 21st of July.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm not sure if it was 2020 or 2021, but I know it was the 21st of July on a Sunday morning. So, then she passed on.
Yeah. Okay.
Tragically.
Yeah, well, they're all tragic. And so will your death. By the way, one of my favorite quotes is by a preacher called old preacher who preached in the 1800s called Charles Spurgeon. Please Google Charles Spurgeon and some of his sermons. They're actually some of his sermons. And he says that by the time you are born,
yes,
the tree that's going to cover your casket is already growing.
Hardcore truth.
It's sadistic, but it's true. So all our deaths will be tragic. Yeah. But now that you think about it, actually, now that you mention it, the silver lining is the people we've just mentioned died at the Makhulu stages.
Yes, they were older.
Ne?
Just my grandmother was close to 80.
Mine too, if not above it.
She was close to 80.
Not sure because it's hard to confirm all people's ages. Yeah. All right. So how did we overcome the grief?
Yeah. Should I go first for that one?
Yeah, I think you should go first. How did you deal with it? Because I might be being presumptuous by saying how did you overcome it. Maybe you're still there.
Oh yes, definitely.
So how did you deal with the adversity of losing your grandmother?
It was a tough one. It was a tough, in retrospect, it was a tough one, but during the process it didn't feel like a tough one. Yeah. And I think during the process I didn't know I was dealing with it.
Yes.
And in retrospect I was like, okay, maybe this is how I dealt with it.
Yeah.
I'm not one who easily gets emotional.
Okay.
I'm this I don't want to say strong girl, but I'm one of those people that I don't want to say they don't crack easily, but I'm sort of like a hard shell.
Yes.
Right? I'm sort of like a hard shell. You really need to hurt me or break me, and you have to like try super hard to get me to that broken state. So firstly, there's that. So when she passed on, it was like, just to tell a bit of a story of how she passed on, just to give you guys an idea.
Very tragic.
And you're like, everyone's death is tragic.
In
but
a way,
anyways,
yes. Yours is
so
bioscope tragedy.
That's magic. That's
Yes. We can laugh now.
So yes. So we were driving back from the hospital, and she was discharged. She was feeling better. She was looking better. So I'm driving her back home. It was 11ish.
Yeah.
Just 11ish to 12.
Yeah.
So we're driving back to her house, and while we're driving back, she's sitting in the passenger seat in my car, and as I'm driving, and at the back of the car, I've got my cousin. That time she was 16 years old. So she's at the back and she's right next to me. And as we're driving, I could see that, okay, Ugel is gasping. Like, she's just struggling to breathe. She's just struggling to breathe. So I'm driving, right? So I'm trying to focus on the road. It's dark. And I peep on like next to me and I'm like, okay, I can see. So I'm saying to this cousin of mine, can you please recline the seat? Because I can see she's struggling to breathe. So as she reclines the seat, so now she notices that, okay, Shaya Manz is yakala. That time we are sort of like halfway to getting home, but also from the hospital.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think, what do I do? Do I go back home? Do I go to a hospital? I'm also approaching a daycare center, but I heard that it was closed because of COVID. So I'm not sure if I can get access. So everything is going on in my mind. What do I do? Now my cousin is starting to cry as well, like, Pelo, like what's going on? And trying to wake up, like Makulu. Isaac like big time. Honestly, I don't know what happened between a certain point, like 2 kilometers, yes, 2 kilometers away from the healthcare center, daycare center. I don't recall exactly like how we got there. Was I speeding? Was I not speeding? I don't know. But I'm trying to rush to get there. Long story short, we get there and I just stopped the car, jumped off the car and screamed for the nurses. Didn't even like completely stop, just park and got out of the car because I can see now we are Pelo girl. So I'm screaming, nurse, 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 dramatically so. And then like I rush in and then I'm trying to speak, but I'm not making sense because I'm speaking fast. And then I'm rushing back out. So when I rush back out and the nurses are following me, she's gone.
Yeah. Like
she's literally, and I could see her like she's gone. So now the time the nurses, they get there to me in the car, they're like, what happened? Like, what's going on? So I'm not listening to what's going on. I'm like, okay, bring a wheelchair. Let's get her out. Like, okay, she passed on. Okay, let's continue. You know, life continues. I'm like, okay, sharp. Please bring it, and please, like, you know, let's, and also like being a medical person, right? I just got into life must continue. What needs to be done? So I'm that type of person. I don't sit and dwell in my emotions. Okay, now I must be sad, I must cry. I'm not that person. I'm like, okay, what needs to be done? Let's move. Next? Yes, let's do this.
And that's how you dealt. Immediately, that
day, that's how I dealt with it. I was like, okay, people need to be called. So even the nurses had to pull me aside to say, get out of the situation. Like I think it was a security guard was like, no, because I was there. I was like, I'm helping to take her out of the car. I'm helping to put her on the stretcher. I'm helping to let's move. And then the security guard was like, okay, no, you need to step out, because my cousin was also a mess, but at that point I couldn't even see her because I was just like, so that's me, right? So now when she passed on, it was like, what needs to be done? Let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that. Okay. So I barely had moments of...
So you become busy.
I become very busy, and I want to be busy.
Yes.
And I want to be involved. I want to... I don't want that quiet moment of being faced with the emotions.
Okay, yes,
right?
Yes.
I don't want that. So it was only 2 weeks later, when it hit me that, okay,
this is happening.
Right? And even
a long time.
Yeah, even there it was like one day breakdown, and then after that I'm wiping my face and I'm like, okay, let's move on with life. I really felt it December, because we usually spend a lot of time together December, where it's like, okay, now what do we do? Like, how do we plan December without this person? How do I go visit her house with her not being there, and so on and so forth. So I then so now from her passing 2 weeks of me actually crashing, moving onwards, I was like, okay, I wasn't actively wanting to be active, like start running, exercising, because I was trying to deal with loss. It just came to my mind that, okay, maybe I should work out.
Oh, so you
maybe I should work out. So I did then the workouts.
Okay.
I started running and all those things. And I think in retrospect, they helped me with with dealing with. But at that time, it wasn't like, let me do them because of this.
Yeah.
I was just doing them.
Yeah.
Just to be active.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure, that was a long story.
Yeah. No.
That was a long story. That was mouthful.
Story time.
Yes. So that's how I dealt with her loss.
Yeah. Okay. And then how did you cope, following months in month 1, month 2? What happened?
There wasn't a sense of coping. It was just we moving on with life.
Okay, so you block out those emotions.
Yeah,
by keeping busy.
By keeping busy. I'm someone who also prays a lot. I'm someone who loves gospel music. So I find so much relief. Even though at that time it might not, because it might feel like I'm just continuing with my life, because that's generally me, praying and listening to gospel music and stuff. So at that time it didn't feel like it.
Okay.
But there's one song that even when I listen to it today, it just brings me back to those days. But I think Shane and Shame, Though You Slay Me.
How does it go?
Oh my goodness, I'm really gonna do that.
No, I'm trying to, I don't know it, top of my head.
Oh my word, I can't believe.
Do I know it?
Yes, it says, though you slay me, yet I will praise you. Though you slay me, yet I will praise you.
No, never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Yes, so that's the song.
Okay.
Even if I listen to it now, it just takes me back to that era.
Yeah.
Right, so I think it really helped me knowing that even if this is the situation I'm going through, I will still praise you. I will still honor you. I will still love you.
Do you remember
Lord.
my songs?
During your time?
During your time.
There was a song recently where I said to you, this is the song you play. Yes, what's that song? You're Bigger Than the Universe.
That was one of them?
You're Bigger Than the Universe.
Bigger than
Yes. And then there was another one. Oh my goodness. I know the song is at the tip of my tongue, but I forgot it.
Yeah. Take me
to the King. Yes, take me to the King. Oh guys, music heals. When they say music heals, that is so true.
Yes. Okay.
So those were your songs during my time.
Yeah. But I think you're forgetting something else that you did. Or did it come much later? Attaining
psychology. I'm not sure if it was during that. No, it didn't come much later. I did. Yeah, I did also sign up to see a psychologist.
Do you remember what prompted it?
What prompted it, Kaloku, was that at that time I didn't feel like ndiyagowa, but I was like, I'm not going to wait until ndigowe. I'm going to go see the psychologist. Yes, I'm going to go see her now.
Yeah.
So that when I get to because I also understand grief has got 5 stages, to be specific. So I was like, I'm not going to wait for this stage, that stage, or things to get bad. Let me go, because I know it's going to happen. And I also know that, I dealt with it a lot at that time at work, people passing on.
Yes.
Even though I wasn't directly involved, but we dealt with loss a lot.
Yes.
Actively. But anyways, I also knew that it's not the same, because this is someone close.
This is personal.
Yeah, it's home. It's close to home.
You'd think because you deal with loss,
it'll be easy.
As a okay. And did it help therapy?
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Did you think Oh yeah, I needed to be here.
At that time, no.
When you were going through?
No, at that time, no.
But you knew that you had to go.
I knew that it's a necessity.
Oh, that's interesting.
I knew it's a necessity, but at that time, I didn't feel like it's helping or anything.
Yeah.
But, because when something like this happens, especially when your loved one, you lose them at your hands, basically, you expect yourself to crumble.
Yes.
So, because I did not.
Yeah.
I mean, even when we think about it till this day, I did not react or respond to this particular loss in the way it occurred, the way I expected myself to. So perhaps it helped in that manner.
Yeah. Okay. No. And I feel like it's become an interview now.
But don't worry, I'm the interview.
Yeah. What I know there's a passage that you relied on.
Psalm 34. Is it Psalm 34? Ne? Psalm 34, where the Lord is near to the brokenhearted.
Yeah.
And he saves those that are crushed in spirit. Yes.
Yeah.
That was my favorite passage.
Yeah.
And I like it really brought so much comfort.
Yeah.
And I also, here's another comforting thing.
Yeah.
I was confident that my fellow believers, my close friends, they are praying for me.
Yeah.
I found so much comfort in that, because you know that you can't pray for yourself as much as you should.
Yes.
So I knew you were praying for me.
Or you can't even pray.
Yes, I knew you were praying for me.
Yeah.
I knew my friends are praying for me.
Big ups to the friends.
I hope they were, but I knew. I knew they were praying for me. I knew, because also they were not here. Like, people couldn't come and support you because of COVID.
So you had to be carried by prayer.
Because of how I was carried, or how I moved rather. I knew that it's their prayers that are carrying me.
Yeah. Okay.
And your prayers.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What a story.
I know. Sivale mfana sibili. Yes.